Hi everyone, I'm Swapna. In previous video, we have seen Lightning Aura syntax program execution. In this video, we will see Lightning Web Component, LWC syntax program execution. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe, like and comment. We have our complete demo videos posted in demo playlist. Please watch and give your feedback. Let's move on to our topic. Our Salesforce courses are Salesforce Consulting Administration 45 sessions, Salesforce Development 45 sessions, Salesforce Lightning 45 sessions, Salesforce Integration 30 sessions. So in Salesforce Lightning, we cover Lightning Aura component that will include the Lightning application and the events. And we also cover the Lightning Web component that includes the application and different type of events. So let's move on and understand the Lightning Web component. So Lightning Web Component Introduction. Lightning Web Component is a framework and it is built on the web components. What is the web components here? Web component is nothing but it's a set of different technologies allowing to create a reusable custom elements. And developers use the LWC to build the user interface application for desktop as well as the mobile. So let's move on to the advantages. What are the different advantages we have using the LWC component? LWC uses the web language like Shadow DOM, templates, decorators, and custom elements. Because of this, we see better loading time, performance, and security, better browser compatibility. Any LWC components are compatible with latest browser technology. And LWC components can be included in Aura components. So that means it is compatible with Aura components and easy of development. And LWC component resources. If developers starts creating the LWC, what are the different resources we have and what is the use of different resources? LWC component has bundle is a set of all the necessary resources like related resources, and LWC component has 4 resources used. It is used to perform different activities. It is used to perform different activities. So LWC has 4 resources. By default, as soon as the developer creates the LWC component, we see LWC HTML, JavaScript, XML. If CSS is needed, then the developer will create a CSS. So each one of them, each resource has a different activity. HTML used to build the user interface. JavaScript is used to build the client-side logic. XML is very important in LWC. This is the one which is going to tell where the LWC component should be placed on. So XML will be decided. CSS is it's a look and feel using the CSS or Lightning design system. We can use the Lightning design system as well. So each resource has a different activities. By default, whenever we create a Lightning web component, HTML, JavaScript, XML is by default bundle gets created. And CSS will be based on your requirement. By default, 1, 2, 3 will be created. This bundle will be created. CSS, if you need the look and feel to be added to the Lightning Web component, we can create the new CSS file. Now also, each resource has their own extension. So HTML, for example, if developers are creating the Lightning web component, if it is a HTML resource, then the extension will be always .html. That means, for example, if component name is hello world .html. Next resource is, second resource is JavaScript. JavaScript extension will be .js. So component name .js. If my component name is hello world, then hello world dot, it will add the extension .js. Third one, XML. XML extension is .xml, but it will add -js -meta.xml to the component name. So for example, if my component name is hello world, so it adds the -js meta.xml. And next one is CSS. CSS extension is .css. Component name .css. If my component name is hello world, it adds the extension .css. So these are the different extensions for each resource. Now let's see one of the requirement for the LWC. So write a Lightning Web component and place the component in sales application. So what is the component should contain? Component should contain, like, has to print the hello world and display the save button. So which is similar like this. It has a text phrase hello world and save button. So this LWC component has to be placed on sales application. Sales application. In the Salesforce application, we have a sales application. So in sales application, we have to place this component. This is the requirement. So to fulfill this requirement, what are the things that we need to understand? So to write a program for the given requirement, we need to understand the main important is Lightning Web Component tags. So we are going to see only few Lightning Web Component tags in this video. For more in detail, we will talk in the live session. So to implement a program, Lightning Web Component, we need to understand the three tags: template tag, lightning -card tag, lightning button tag. These tags are very important to understand for right now to implement a program. There are other tags, we will see those tags in our live session. So let's understand each one of them step by step. Template. Any Lightning Web component starts with template and ends with template. So it has a slash here, which is nothing but an end. Every Lightning Web component starts with template and ends with template. Without this template, we cannot implement the Lightning Web component. And within the template, we can include the any other component also or HTML tags. And next tag is lightning-card. So lightning-card is used to apply pre-built style container. So this card is different from the, for example, if we say the card, it's a normal card. But when we use the lightning-card, you will see the difference using the lightning-card, because as soon as we use the lightning-card tag, it is going to apply pre-built style container within it. And lightning-card has attributes, title, and icon name. There are many other attributes we will see in our live session. But for now, to fulfill the requirement, we need to understand two attributes, which is a title and icon name. So title is nothing but including the text to display on header. So we have a lightning card. On the lightning card, if you want to display header on the card, then we have to use the title. Title includes the text to display in header. Icon name. So icon name, if you see in the Salesforce, every object has, whenever you open the object, every object has an icon in front of the object name. So let me show you that. Let me open the Salesforce. So for example, this is the Salesforce. Okay, here it is. We are in sales application. Account has an icon and opportunity has its own icon. Leads will have a different icon. So each object will have a different icons. So how these icons, what are the different icons and where can we find it? This is the URL. So if you click on this URL, let me open this. Okay. So if you click on this, you will see it will be jump to the lightning design system. In the lightning design system, there are different icon types: utility, doc type, standard, and custom, action. So utility icon, these are the utility icons, and we have a there are standard icons, Salesforce standard icons, and these are the doc type icons, and these are standard icons, which is nothing but a Salesforce standard icons. Like you will see account and you will see case, same icons we can see here. Okay, and also we have custom icons, which we can developer can use custom icons to implement for the Lightning Web component. So here custom icon, let's say that we are going to use the custom 14. So this is the custom icon. Here custom 14 we are going to use. In order to use the custom 14, example custom colon custom 14, we have to use the name of the icon and then from where it is a custom or standard or utility, we have to mention that before the colon. So that is the lightning card. Next one is lightning button. Lightning button is component is represents button element that executes the action controller. So if you want to implement a button, if developer wants to implement a button on the lightning card, then we have to use the lightning hyphen button. So lightning hyphen button has a attributes, variant, label, title. There are many other attributes we will see in our live session. Let's understand the variant. Variant is nothing but appearance of the button. So that means there are different ways we can display the button. Without a box, I can just display the button. Like if this is a base button, or I can just display the outer line, nothing onto the button. So that is a natural. And then we have a Salesforce standard button, which is called as a brand. And there are different options also available. Apart from this, there are more other is there. So right now we are going to use the variant equal to brand, which is nothing but we are going to display the button similar to the Salesforce standard button. Label is text to display inside the button. What is the button needs to be displayed inside the text? So if my button is, this is the button, and inside the button, what is the label needs to be displayed? Save. So that name we will mention in label. And the next one is title. Title is nothing but a tooltip. If I hover on this button, what is the text needs to be displayed on this? So it's a tooltip. So now the structure. Coming to the structure, how to implement LWC component. So before writing the program, let's understand the structure. So on top, any LWC component starts with template. So first we'll have a template. Within the template, we are going to use the lightning card. So this is the lightning card. Inside the lightning card, we have to display the text. What is the text for this requirement? Hello world. And another requirement is display the button. So text and button will be inside the lightning card. And lightning card sits inside the template. So to understand more clearly, we have a main three tags: template, lightning card, lightning button. So in order to implement a program, we need to use template. Template is automatically will come whenever developer starts writing the program. It has to start with template, and inside the template, lightning card, and then inside the lightning card it has to be display text and lightning button. So first one is template, second one is lightning card, Third one is display text, and fourth one is lightning hyphen button. So let's go ahead and see how to okay, so there is another which is very important is meta.xml. So what are the resources that we have said? We have mentioned there are four resources: HTML, JavaScript, XML, CSS. So this is the XML. We have understood the HTML, how to implement the program. And XML is also very important in LWC. XML resource is very important in LWC because XML will decide where to place the component will be decided by the XML. So here main tags are in the XML. First one is exposed. Is exposed tag, if you set it to true, that means this component is ready to expose on Lightning App Builder. This component is ready to use on Lightning App Builder. And the targets is nothing but inside the target we have to specify the target where the component need to be added. Is this component need to be added in the app page? Then we have to use the lightning underscore app page. If this component need to be added into the record page, then we have to use lightning underscore record page. If this component need to be added into the lightning underscore home page, then we have to use the lightning underscore home page. Now we have understood what are the tags need to be used. 3 tags we have to use it, and along with the tags, we also very important one is XML. Now we know how to write and what are the tags need to be used and where do I need to mention if I wanted to place a web component on the sales application. Now the final step is how to implement LWC component, which are the tools that we have to use to implement LWC component. To implement a LWC component, there are two tools which we have. Either you can use a Visual Studio or you can use a Lightning Studio. Most of the developers use the Visual Studio. So today we will see the Visual Studio. We will implement a program in Visual Studio. If you are new to the Visual Studio, so if you want to install the Visual Studio in your laptop, so follow the steps mentioned in the trial head. I'll paste it this URL in the chat box. And once you install, open the Visual Studio and Control Shift P. When you click on a Control Shift P, on top you will see one box SF, and inside that just type SFDX authorize and org. We'll see that, do not worry. So Control Shift P is, you remember this Control Shift P on the Visual Studio. So as soon as it is authorized to or why we use the authorize and or, because right now we are in Visual Studio. So to connect the Visual Studio to our Salesforce org, I have a Salesforce org. I have a Salesforce org and there is a Visual Studio in my laptop where I'm going to implement a LWC program on Visual Studio. So to connect the Visual Studio with Salesforce org, we have to do the authorize and org. How we will do it? On the Visual Studio, just hit Control Shift P and start writing SFDX authorize and org. And before that, you have to connect your Salesforce. So I'll show you that. Don't worry about it. Okay, so once it is authorized is successful, then you will get this message. Okay, let me show you that. Fine. Okay, so this is Visual Studio. Let me close all these windows. Perfect. So at the starting, when you install a Visual Studio, you will see blank like this. Okay, you will see blank. So right now, enter Control Shift P. When you see Control Shift P, this box will be open. Here type SFDX. First one is create project with manifest, because you have to create a folder in your system. You have to create a folder in your system. As soon as you click on that, start at the starting, it is going to take time. And I have more videos. There is a video on the Visual Studio in my playlist, so you can watch Visual Studio video. Okay, it is taking time for now. So as soon as it is placed, so as soon as it's on, so what will happen is you have to store, you have to create a folder within your system. See here it came. Okay, so standard empty analytics. So always use the standard and enter your project name, demo underscore 2012 2022. Hit enter. So what will happen is it will ask where to place that folder. So you can choose whatever wherever you want in your system, you can place that. I'm placing into the documents. As soon as it is created the folder, you will see this all everything metadata, everything will be created automatically. Metadata will be created automatically. Now that is the first step. And the second step is Control Shift P, and then you say SFDX authorize an org. So it takes time to come here. We will see in our live sessions how to do this. So for now, this is my Visual Studio. So if you do Control Shift P, and here is the SFDC authorize org. So once you are authorized, you will be seeing a success message. You will be seeing a success message below. To understand step by step about the Visual Studio, we will see in our live sessions. So assume that we are connected with our Salesforce org. So once it is connected, now how to start writing the program? So once it is connected, navigate to the navigation steps are again Control plus Shift plus P on the Visual Studio, where you have to type SFTX open default org. This is just to make sure that you are connected to your org. So Control Shift P SFDX colon open default org. So if I hit this, what will happen? If the backend it is running, the command to open my Salesforce org. So here you see SFDX force colon org colon open. So it is running at the backend to open my Salesforce org, my default Salesforce org. Take some time. It says opening. Yes, it is opening. Perfect. It is connected to my org. So open default org successfully. That means right now my code is connected to the org. Whatever the default org is there, it is connected with that. So this is just a confirmation whether I am connected to the right Salesforce org or not. And then what we have to do is retrieve all component from the source org. from source. From the Salesforce org, if you wanted to retrieve all the component, so what the steps are, you have to right click on the package.xml and then click on the retrieve source in manifest from org. So in this folder, you will see package.xml. So right click on this package.xml. There you will see option sfdx retrieve source in manifest from org. So once you click on that, then you will be able to retrieve the component from the Salesforce org to here. And this is for retrieving it. Now, once we have the entire, all the classes here, the next step is writing the Salesforce Lightning Web Component. In order to write the Salesforce Web Component, again Control Shift P on the Visual Studio, type sfdc create Lightning Web Component. So if you select this, what will happen? It will allow you to enter the new Lightning Web Component name. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, here I am. Okay, so let's pull org. So right click on this, retrieve source in manifest from org. So it started retrieving it. Okay, at the back end it is running. It's retrieving. Now, in the meantime, just make you understand here, force-app. All our code sits into the force-app. So here, if you see LWC component, these all are my LWC component which are developed in the org, right? So it is taking some time to retrieve all the classes. Now, what are the classes it is going to retrieve? So that is decided by package.xml. What are the component names we mentioned here? Those all will be retrieved from Salesforce org. We will see in detail about the package.xml in our live session. For now, just understand whatever is mentioned like a lightning component bundle, it will retrieve. Aura, it will retrieve. Apex trigger, it will retrieve into your local system. Apex test, so it will retrieve. Apex pages, it will retrieve. Apex component, Apex classes. These all components will be retrieved when I click on the sfdx retrieve source in manifest from org is when I click on this, what all the components will be retrieved, whatever is mentioned in the package.xml. Now we are clear on this. Okay. Now let's go ahead and implement the Lightning Web Component. In order to implement the Lightning Web Component, Control Shift P, sfdx create a Lightning Web Component. So we are going to implement hello world. Hello world. So let's give LWC underscore hello world. And then it will ask next one where you wanted to place. Choose your custom directory. So by default, it will give you the correct path. So because all the our components will be sits into the force-app main default. In the default, we are going to create a LWC. So just hit enter. As soon as I hit enter, you see here there is a LWC underscore hello world, HTML is created, JS is created, XML is created. And by default, XML is exposed false, right? So first let's go ahead and implement the HTML first. So in LWC bundle, 3 resources, Salesforce automatically creates the 3 resources in the bundle, HTML, JavaScript, and XML. In the HTML, what is our requirement? Requirement is to show the text right? To show the text and display the save button. Now, what are the tags we have to use here? Three tags as we discussed. Template is the one tag. Second one is lightning hyphen card. And then third one is lightning hyphen button. So right now, first one is already implemented here template. So second tag is lightning hyphen card. Okay, lightning hyphen card. So it's always have a open and close tags. Inside this, there are two attributes. One is a title to display the header on card. Let's say LWC hello world. And then icon. To use the icon hyphen name, and we are going to use the icon custom colon custom 14, the one which we have discussed. Now, first one template is done and the second one is lightning card is done. Inside the lightning card, I have to place a text, hello world, and then, and then the button. Button is lightning hyphen button. See, the Visualforce is, Visual Studio is suggesting the all the tags which are used by the LWC. Close it and it automatically comes the closing lightning button. Inside the lightning button, which type of button we have to use? Variant equal to brand. I wanted to use exactly same as Salesforce lightning button. Then label, what is the text needs to be displayed on? Button is save. And let's use the tooltip. For tooltip, we have to use the title equal to, let's say, primary action. Done. So as soon as I say, by default, Visual Studio gives description, author, and last modified by okay, these comments are very important in our real time. Okay, this is HTML. Now, perfect, this HTML is done. Now, next very important is XML. XML is the one which will decide whether this particular component can be used in the lightning application or not. Right now it is a false. That means we cannot use it. So let's change it to true. If I change it to true, this can be used. And I wanted to place this lightning component on sales application. If I have to place it on sales application, we have to use the targets. Targets. Inside the targets, we have each one of them. Lightning app, see, by default, Visual Studio is giving this. Lightning app. And also let's take a record target. I need a record page. And then target and home page. Perfect. Now we are done. Now this is a new component. Once we create a LWC component in Visual Studio, we have to push this to Salesforce org. Right now, if you go to the Salesforce org, let me open the Salesforce org. Okay, this is the Salesforce org. If I open Lightning, components, type, let's sort it with type. Aura. Okay, here is the LWC. see more. Okay. In LWC, we have created the hello world. Okay. Do you see anything here? Nothing. Because we have not implemented the LWC component on Salesforce. We have implemented the LWC component on Visual Studio. So the next step is, once we are done with the implementation of LWC component, this has to push to the Salesforce org. So right click on your new Lightning component and then select deploy source to org. So deploy this particular component to Salesforce org. So it is deployed LWC hyphen hello. I cannot see. Let's refresh. It's taking time. Let's refresh again. Okay. LWC underscore next page. Okay, here it is. Perfect. So let's click on this. It's created on today, just a minute back. Okay. So once we push to the Salesforce, then we can go ahead and use our placing the LWC component on sales application. So open, click on this apps and open the sales application. In the sales application, let's go to the accounts tab. Let's open the record. On this record, let's place it here. Click on edit page. Setup, click on edit page. Now search your Lightning web component, LWC Hello World. So just place it on top here. It's okay. Fine, it is placed. Let's click on the save button. Back. See here, LWC Hello World. So that's the output. So this is a program and the output is LWC Hello World save. So do not worry about the coding part. So here we'll have in our live session, we will explain step by step how to configure the Visual Studio. and what are the steps that needs to be done in Visual Studio in order to connect the Salesforce org. Then we will explain all the LWC tags in our live session. So it's a easy once you have the Visual Studio is configured. Now let's see what is the differences between the Visualforce versus Aura versus LWC. Visualforce is more loading time and Lightning Aura component is less loading time. And web component is faster. And second one is it's a low performance and this is a good performance, higher performance. Visual Studio, Visual Force, look and feel is normal. It's a for Lightning Aura component, Lightning Web component. Look and feel is rich. And Visual Force is using the jQuery JavaScript, and Aura is using the ES5 syntax JavaScript. And here Lightning Web Component uses the latest one, ECMA script 6 and 7. And in Visual Force, we use the HTML tags. In Aura, we use the HTML along with the Aura tags. Lightning Web Component, HTML along with that Lightning Web Component tags. Thank you. Next video, implementing the REST API program. Thank you.